Good morning. For practice this week, I wanted to lean in some twisting, into some twisting. And so it's quite a twisty flow. Some balance transitions involved as well. And so really directing our focus to a drishti, using that focal point, our vision, that concentration on a point in front of us to guide us. And when taking us to heart space intention or a contemplation, thinking about where we'd like to direct our energy, our focus, our intention, being really clear in that. And when we have a clear focal point of where we're headed and where we'd like to put our energy, we don't have energy kind of like leaking in different directions. I think I'm not one for necessarily New Year's resolutions, but I feel like in any sort of milestone or like marking of time, it's an opportunity to reset energetically and to reconsider if where I'm directing my focus, my energy, my intention is in alignment with the greater direction that I'd like to head. And so as we rinse and twist and release and then focus our intention in that next step, that next transition, thinking about in life off of the mat, is my energy leaking anywhere? Is there anything that it would serve me to let go of or to release or to set aside, at least for maybe this chapter, so that I can be more concentrated in my energy and intention? Sometimes getting clear on what we want that direction to be or what we want to head to can be also tricky in itself. And so if you're like, I'm not sure, maybe our practice this morning is a practice in just making space to consider, if I wasn't afraid, what would I say yes to? What is the direction I would head if I had belief that I was worth moving in the direction of my heart's desires, my heart's aspirations? What would that direction be? And just allowing yourself to be in that process, to be in process of contemplation on the path that you are interested in walking on. And again, then directing energetically towards that. But just the intention and I think the contemplation of like, what direction am I heading? What direction do I want to go? Is really beneficial. I think we oftentimes find ourselves on a path and just continue on the path that we have happened upon versus asking ourselves, like, if I wanted to go anywhere and if I believed that I could and if I believed I was worthy of that, where would I be going? So there's that for you, but we're going to start in a seat. If it feels okay for you to start in Virasana, let's begin in Virasana. If you have a block, sometimes that can be helpful support. So either sitting on your shins or maybe adding the block underneath your seat for a little bit of support. If that isn't comfortable for your knees or your low back or just for any reason at all, feel free to start in any comfortable seat that feels supportive to you. And take a moment to close down your eyes as you settle in. Begin to tune your awareness to maybe first the contact between your shins and the earth, that first point of connection to the ground. Then your sitting bones in either the earth or your yoga block. And as you place the backs of your hands on the tops of your thighs, palms face up, open to receive. Feel your collarbones Stretch a little bit wider across your chest and feel a slight uplift through your heart space, through your sternum. On your next inhale, elongate through your spine. Think about rooting down through your sitting bones as you reach tall through the crown of your head. And then with your next exhale, notice where you could add some softness, offer some ease. Maybe through the space of your jaw, the space between your eyebrows, the back of the heart. And beginning to deepen your breath, can you begin to concentrate all of your attention on the expansion of your inhale, the sensation of your breath growing wider and fuller in each direction. And focus on the experience of your exhale as your breath empties out. The sensation of release. As you arrive at the bottom of your breath out empty, take another slow, expansive inhale. Growing taller and prouder through your heart space, the crown of your head. With your next slow and steady exhale, again, feel your roots, the stability, the support beneath you. As you draw all of your attention, your awareness, your energy to this moment right here, right now. Allowing some of the clutter to perhaps clear from your mind, to make room for the whispers of the heart. The desires of the heart space in terms of the direction you'd like to head. The aspirations, the goals, the dreams of your heart. Just allowing some room for those desires to step forward. And if we weren't afraid, if we believed that we were worth it, what would we say yes to? What direction would we be going? Allowing yourself as many moments here as you need. Whenever you're ready, with a deep breath in, start to circle, sweep your hands up to the sky. Eyes can be opened or closed. Be tilting your chin to the ceiling as you reach tall. And exhale, gather your hands to heart center. Maybe tilting now, chin to chest. Focus towards your fingertips. Take a nice deep breath in. And then open mouth, exhale to release. Good, next inhale, hands reach high. Maybe opening your eyes this time and looking at the space between your fingertips. And your exhale, take a twist over to your left. Let your right hand come across your body. Left fingertips go to the space behind you or your low back. And then as you inhale, lift and lengthen through your spine. And bring your chin parallel to the earth across the horizon line. And your exhale, rinse and rotate over your left shoulder. You'll be finding a slight rotation of your gaze to the left. With a breath in, we'll rise to center, both hands reach tall, again, maybe looking up. And then as you exhale, take your twist over to your right. Left hand crosses your body. Right fingertips can find the earth behind you or perhaps your low back. Breathe in to lift and lengthen. When exhale, find your rinse and rotation. And offer one more breath to this first cycle. So inhale, root to rise tall through your crown. And as you exhale, maybe your hands gently facilitate the twist. Take 2 more rounds, this time moving with breath. So as you inhale, rise tall, reach tall. On your exhale, twist to your left. Breath in through center, lift and lengthen. And exhale to your right. Last time through, deep breath in, extend to the ceiling. Exhale, twist to your left. And then as you're ready, inhale through the midline. And last time to rotate to your right. This time, breathe in through center, open heart. And your exhale will take you to goddess arms. Feel your shoulder blades boost your heart forward as your upper arm bones press back and wide. Trying to release your hands to the earth, go ahead and shift forward to your tabletop, just moving your block out of the way if you were using it. As you find your way to all fours, take a moment to move your hips a little side to side. After tick-tocking your hips left to right a few times, start to breathe into a cow pose. Energize your heart and tailbone up to the ceiling. So you pull your heart forward and through your biceps. And then with your out breath, begin to find your way into cat. Take your time to tuck your tailbone, round your spine, big push away of the earth. So you draw your chin to your chest. Then 2 more cycles like this, slow and intentional. Inhale to your cow. Exploring the opening of the front line of your body. And then as you exhale a cat, just be curious with all the sensations and moments along the way. In the space at the back of your heart. Last round here, a big breath into cow. Maybe feel your sits bones spread wide. And then exhaling to cat. Really emphasize the tuck and curl. Pushing the earth away, look towards your sternum, towards your navel. Then find your way back to neutral. Tuck your toes underneath as you take your next inhale. With an exhale, begin to float your knees a couple inches off the ground so you're in your hovering tabletop shape. Take a moment to get curious with the little micro adjustments here to really focus on intentional engagement. So what can you do to light up your strong center a little bit more? Can you really press down with your hands to help draw your front ribs in? Can you use your core to press your toes into the earth and feel that energy reverberate back into your core? Maybe a little micro bend through your elbows, softening energy away from your joints and into your muscles. And as you come back into your breath, take a slow Ujjayi inhale. And then Ujjayi exhale. Use your core to draw your hips up and back to downward facing dog. Take a moment to adjust your hands and feet as much as you need to. And allow yourself some time and space here. So maybe a slow pedal through your feet. You might take a yes and no through your skull to release your neck. And whenever you're ready, big breath in. Start to reach your right leg to the sky. Find your 3-legged dog. With an exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. Take a moment to feel the strength of your right glute. And you can choose stillness, or from the strength of your right seat muscle, maybe draw a hip circle in each direction. We'll inhale to our 3-legged dog, right leg re-extends. As you exhale, take a slow step forward with your right foot. Feel free to help it there. I know it's early in practice still. Left knee lowers to the ground. For a moment, just inhale your heart forward. Back toes can be tucked or untucked. And on your next exhale, think about engaging through your inner thighs. We're going to twist our right hand to the sky, heart open to the right side of the room. Big breath in. And then just making sure that your right foot is in line with your right hip, left knee in line with your left hip, so we're not too narrow here. We're going to use our strong core, our strong legs to rise up into an exalted low crescent. So maintaining your twist to the right, big push through your right foot as you rise, and then tilt your left hand all the way up to the sky. Your right hand can reach back in space. It can go to your left hamstring or to your low back. And encourage your pelvis forward. It doesn't have to be a deep, deep twist, but just gently encourage your heart to the right side of the room as you take one more inhale. And then your exhale, windmill your hands down to frame your right foot once again. Tuck your back toes, lift your back knee, and take a moment to find a hamstring stretch. Feel free to adjust the distance of your feet if your body is requesting that. And for this moment, let's just fold forward, let yourself dive heavy towards your right leg. So you take a slow breath in and a slow breath out. Headed to our forward fold, bend into your front right knee and take a mindful step to the top. Left foot joins your right. Soften both your knees and dive to your thighs. Then lean a little bit forwards and backwards. Swish your hips a little bit left to right. And then as we breathe in, finding our halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana, hands up, you find your shin bones. And you find a slight untucking of your tailbone as you press your hip creases, your sitting bones back in space. With your exhale, forward fold, release. And with soft knees, head heavy, arms heavy, tailbone start to tuck to the earth as you roll to rise. Cat spine all the way up. As you find yourself at the top, take a big elbow circle into your goddess arms, open your chest. On your inhale, hands reach high, Urdhva Hastasana. And exhale, bringing hands to heart center. Maybe soften your eyes shut. And just focus back to this moment, this breath, this heartbeat. Concentrating your awareness, your attention and intention to your practice. Inhale through your nose. And open mouth, exhale, let it go. Big breath in, extend your hands up to the sky, Urdhva Hastasana. As you exhale, soften your knees and fold forward to your forward fold. Take a halfway lift as you breathe in. And then following your exhale, step back into high plank, using your breath out to reestablish that strong core connection, thinking about the energy that you cultivated in your hovering tabletop. Feel your hip bones and your armpits hug towards each other, that strong integration at your front line. Thighs are strong and supporting. We'll inhale to shift forward. And then knees up or down, use the entire length of your exhale to lower to the earth. Think about reaching crown and elbows in opposite directions as you arrive to your belly. Untuck your toes. Find active energy down the lengths of your legs. As you press your pelvis down and press the tops of your feet down, follow your inhale to low cobra. Peel your heart up. Think about lengthening the crown of your head forward and up at the diagonal, maintaining the space at the nape of your neck. On an exhale, go ahead and slowly lower and release. Keep your elbows hugged in close beside you. And tuck in through your core. Think about reaching your tailbone towards your heels. The front line's really knitted together. And in slow motion, press to a child's pose. So think about this like a reverse modified push-up. Lighting up your triceps as your hips reach back to your heels. Your child's pose, just take one breath in and one breath out as you open through your shoulders. As you're ready, slide through tabletop and return to downward facing dog. Tuck your toes and send your pelvis up and back. Let your head fall heavy. With an in-breath, as you inhale your left leg to the sky, feel the crown of your head reach towards your fingertips, just energetically. Then exhale to bend your knee and open your hip, activating your core to emphasize the engagement of your left glute. And then you can decide to stay here in stillness or to move from your left seat muscle to take a hip circle in each direction. Okay, notice the equal energy between your hands. Notice the strength of your supporting right leg. Then on your next breath in, three-legged dog, extend your left leg. On your exhale, slow, strong step forward, up your left foot to the top of your yoga mat. Release your right knee to the earth. Again, back toes can be tucked or untucked. Take a moment just to inhale here, strong through your inner thighs. Exhaling here, feeling that sense of arrival. Take your time to twist your left hand to the sky, rotate your heart to the left. If you need to adjust your left foot a little wider for stability, take this moment to do so. And then strong legs, strong core, exalted low crescent lunge, pushing through your left foot. Take a big breath in. Your right hand will sweep all the way up and back. Give yourself a moment here. Again, left hand can be anywhere in space. Find an inhale, maybe reach a little further through your right fingertips. Left heart turning to the left, heart turning to the left, and then exhale to windmill down. We'll start to make our way into our hamstring stretch. So as you lift your back knee, again, feel free to adjust your feet and lengthen both your legs. This first little mini layer, just an exploration to kind of notice how the body is feeling this morning. Maybe allow yourself to dive heavy towards your left leg, folding forward as you take one more breath. We'll travel to our forward fold from here, bend into your front knee, and then with purpose, step forward to your forward fold, Uttanasana. Any amount of softness in your knees can remain as you breathe into a halfway lift. Then you take a little shoulder shrug into airplane arms, lighting up the back of your body a little more. And then exhale, forward fold, release. With soft knees, heavy limbs, we're going to roll to rise. Taking your time to slowly blossom open. At the top, finding your elbows circle into goddess arms. Pull your sternum up to the ceiling. And big breath in, hands reach high. This time as you exhale, right away, dive to our forward fold. Bend your knees and hinge forward at your hip creases. Inhale to your halfway lift, traditional or your airplane arms. And on your exhale, rediscover your high plank position. So intentionally step each foot back and light up your strong center. Follow your Ujjayi. Inhale forward towards your tippy toes. Knees up or down. Exhale towards your chaturanga. You can lower halfway or all the way, slow and controlled. With your in-breath, find your up dog or your cobra. Tops of the feet to the earth, really ignite your thighs and glutes. Think about lengthening from crown to toes. And then downward facing dog, hips go up and back. So you find your down dog, take a deep breath through your nose. And open mouth, exhale, release. We're going to build onto this now. So breath in, send your right leg to the sky, three-legged dog. Follow your exhale to bend your knee and open your hip. Three-legged dog, big breath in, re-extend. And on your exhale, right knee's going towards your left tricep. It may or may not connect. Shift forward and twist. With your inhale, three-legged dog, re-extend your right leg to the sky. And on your exhale, step your right foot forward to the front. Make sure your feet are hips distance apart. And then twist your right hand to the sky. Strong through your legs, especially your inner thighs. We're going to rise all the way up to our exalted crescent lunge. So start to reach your right hand back. And as you get light through your fingertips, pressing through your feet, breathe in. Left hand lifts all the way to the sky. Good. As you exhale, go ahead and windmill your hands down to frame your right foot. Squaring off, step forward to your chair pose. Left foot meets your right. We inhale, root to reach and rise, Utkatasana. Exhale, open arm twist to the left. Swing your left hand back in space. Take a moment to scoot your right knee back so it's square with your left. As you isolate that twist to your waistline, take a moment to refine your chair. From here, we're going to inhale through center, rising tall to a one-legged mountain. So as you square off to the front of the room, bring your right leg with you to stand. With your exhale, open arm twist to the right. Right hand sweeps down and back as your left hand reaches forward. Just climbing our way up this twisty ladder. Take an inhale. And take an exhale. For this round, we're really just doing a really broken down variation of where we're headed. So this will be the foundation of where we go throughout the rest of our practice. For this cycle, inhale to unwind forward, one-legged mountain. And your exhale, start to fly back through your airplane pose to make your way eventually to your high crescent lunge. Just a slow journey back. Maybe give your airplane a breath. When you feel ready, soften your right toes down to the earth to arrive in your high crescent lunge. Breath in, extend your hands to the sky. With your exhale, lifting your sternum up, goddess your arms wide. Maybe look to the ceiling. And then breath in, re-extend your hands to the sky. On your exhale, bring your hands down to the earth to frame your left foot. Take a moment to press into the ground. Bring your left knee to your nose. Can you pluck your left foot up off the ground? Shoulders out of ears. Inhale back to your three-legged dog. Left leg lifts and lengthens. With your exhalation, bend your knee and open your hip just for a moment. Strong center, strong seat. Then inhale to re-extend a three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee towards your right tricep. Keep your right leg really energized here as well. And then three-legged dog, breath in, lift your left leg to the sky. On your exhale, step your left foot forward. And make sure your feet are hips distance for stability. And then start to twist your left hand to the ceiling. I like to come up to my right fingertips here. Left hand twist to the sky. Starting to find your way towards your exalted high crescent. Slowly swim your left hand back, activating through your lower body and your center. Breathe your right hand to the sky. Exalted crescent. For this cycle, as we exhale, we're going to windmill our hands back down to the earth. Low lunge. And then step into chair pose, Utkatasana. Strong legs, big breath in, reach tall. Open arm twist to your right, swing your right hand back. Take a moment, check in with the squareness of your lower body. Reactivate your center, thinking about lengthening through your spine. When you're ready to rotate forward, breathing in, start to rise all the way up and bring your left leg with you to your one-legged mountain. Find that focal point of your gaze for stability. Exhale, open arm twist to your left. Take a slow inhale and a slower exhale. Allow your right side stabilizers to really turn on here. When you're ready to unwind, let your next in-breath bring you back to center. And you'll exhale, traveling through your airplane pose. And destination is high crescent. So take your time to linger in your airplane if you'd like to. Notice the variance, any differences between right and left side in this posture. And that soft, gentle, intentional step to your high crescent lunge with a big breath in to reach tall. On your exhale, goddess, your arms open your chest. Check that your left leg is still active and involved. And high crescent lunge, reaching tall, take your inhale. Hands come down to the earth to frame your right foot. You can always adjust your back foot here. So I notice that sometimes I need to kind of scooch those left toes around, and I do that out of habit. But until we're in the place where that becomes habit, or if you don't know where we're going, I'm starting to adjust left toes because we're going to go back to our three-legged dog. Root into the earth. Bring your right knee to your nose. Can you pluck your right foot up off the ground? Three-legged dog. Inhale, right leg goes high. On your exhale, you bend your knee and open your hip if that feels good. And the next breath in, re-extend. Exhale, right knee, left tricep. We hold this time. Strong left leg, strong center. Take a breath in. Can you use your exhale to pull your right thigh higher and further forward into your chest? And three-legged dog. Inhale, right leg to the sky. Step your right foot forward as you empty your lungs. Adjust your feet to hips distance and twist your right hand to the sky. Big breath in. Exhale to integrate. Super strong legs and center. Exalted high crescent as you inhale. Left hand sweeps to the ceiling. Heart is open to the right side of the room. This time we're headed to a prayer twist. So take your left elbow towards the outside of your right thigh, bringing fingertips or palms together. Now, for where we're going today, it's going to be helpful if instead of sinking down into your flexibility, you really press into the earth and think pelvis buoyant. Okay. For this round, make sure your left leg is strong, your core is super strong. Reaching crescent. So as you unwind, big push into your feet, then a really proud reach at the diagonal. So really upright reaching crescent. And we'll lean into our right foot. Big push, chair pose, left foot to the front. Take a breath in. Go ahead and exhale to airplane arms this time. So you find your airplane arms, shift your energy into your left foot. Flamingo your right heel up to your seat. And we inhale, root to rise, one-legged mountain. On exhale, we're going to go figure four. You could also opt for tree pose here. So either right ankle on left thigh or right foot to inner left leg. Let your hands find their way to heart center. Again, to find that focal point, your drishti out in front of you. Think about inhale, elongate your breath and your spine together. And exhale to center, right? Bringing everything back to this moment, right here, right now, concentrating your energy on the moment at hand. In a second, we're going to rise and find our open arm twist to the right. So as you inhale, keep that focal point out in front of you, rising up with your right knee, open arm twist to the right. Once you're there, if you want to add in some challenge, if you want to add a little instability, you can start to look back at your right thumb. Take one breath here. Now we're going to go directly to our airplane from here. So right hand's already reaching back. When you're ready, slowly start to send your right leg and your left arm back as well as you unwind from your twist in your standing balance, embracing the wobbles that show up. From your airplane pose, step into your high crescent lunge. Deep breath in when you arrive. With your exhale to goddess arms, maybe dip your back knee to a hover if that feels good. Finding that big stretch at the front of your right hip. Inhale, rise to reach. And exhale your hands down to the earth to frame your left foot. Maybe adjusting right toes. We're going back to our three-legged dog again. So with your in-breath, lift your left leg to the ceiling, gather in your in-breath. And exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. Three-legged dog, inhale to extend. Exhale, left knee towards right tricep. Hold for inhale, pressing firm into the ground. On exhale, can you think about drawing front body up into your back body, left thigh into your chest? And then three-legged dog, lift and lengthen once again. Step your left foot forward, take your time, making sure feet are hips distance. With a breath in, twist your left hand to the sky. Exhale to ignite. Breath in, exalted crescent, rising. Your right hand to the ceiling into that big twist. Okay, we'll deepen by finding a prayer twist. Right elbow to the outside of your left thigh. Again, palms or fingertips come together. Pressing down through both feet. Create an upward energy through your pelvis. Take one breath in, maybe add some length through your spine. And your exhale, reintegrate through your core. Finding our reaching crescent, big push through your feet. Think about bringing your torso a little bit more upright than you might normally for your reaching crescent. So we got that big step forward to chair pose. Lean into your left foot. Big push, chair pose. Right away, airplane your arms beside you. Transfer your energy to your right foot so you can flamingo, left heel up and in. Finding your focal point in energy and gaze for stability. We inhale, root to rise, one-legged mountain. Exhale, figure four, archery pose. Hands gather to heart center. As your hands arrive at your heart, coming back to that centered awareness. Okay. Intentionally directed energy. I need to get a slower inhale and a slower exhale. Now for our next two transitions, we know we are twisting and untwisting while on one leg, which adds a whole layer of instability. So focus your gaze. Rise and rotate to your left as you inhale, one-legged mountain. Spread your wings open. So the hips are square, the torso is rotated. Take a second, check that you're still breathing slow and steady. The left hand is back there, it's gonna stay back there. You can bend into your right knee a little bit to help with any wobbles. We're going airplane pose slow. From your airplane pose, you have that strong, controlled descent to your high crescent. Place your left tippy toes to the earth. Big breath in, heart and hands lift high. Exhale, goddess arms, option for your back knee to dip to a hover. With your breath in, rise to reach. And exhale your hands down to the earth. One more time, maybe lifting right knee to nose as you pluck your right foot up off the ground. And then step back into a downward facing dog all the way back. From your down dog, drop your knees to your tabletop. Inhale, cow, heart and tailbone scoop up. Exhale, cat pose around your spine. And sit your hips to your heels. And just take a moment. I want to show one of our transitions. So this is what we've been building to. If you're in my class on Sunday, you played with this. When we're in our figure four moment, there's going to be an option for like an extra challenging situation that you can choose to embrace. So you can be like, no, thank you. There will also be a moment when we go knee to tricep in that first moment of twist and core cultivation, Or if you would like to, you can either hold, or as you inhale, you can drop your right knee towards your left wrist. Exhale, push to tuck up and in from your right obliques. Okay? So when we're in our figure four at the top of our yoga mat this time, you can do what we did before. Or if you would like to, I'm going to go opposite hand to foot. So I'm going to take my left peace finger, second and third fingers around my right big toe. I keep my gaze forward until I'm like already up and set and steady. I like to start with my right hand at my heart. As I breathe in, I'm going to rise tall, bring my right leg with me, and maybe lengthen through the right leg as I twist my right hand back in space. Right, so that can be like one big motion. Right, breathing in, rise and open. Okay, if you're like, nope, no thank you, you can do what we did before. Or you can also, as you rise, add the addition of lengthening your right leg. Yeah, you could also bring your left hand to your right thigh. So lots of variations there. Just that extra kind of tricky variation if you would like to embrace it. Let's find our way back to downward facing dog. We'll take this flow one more time with those a couple add-ons, and then we're going to bring it to the earth and stretch it out. So as you arrive in downward facing dog, Adho Mukha Svanasana, take a big breath in through your nose. And then open mouth, cleansing exhale to release. And what are we letting go of so we can concentrate our energy? That clear focal point. We're going to inhale our right leg to the sky, find your three-legged dog. As you exhale, if you'd like to, you can bend your knee, maybe kind of twist underneath your right armpit. And then three-legged dog, lengthen your right leg square off. With your exhale, right knee goes towards your left tricep. You can hold or inhale, right knee towards your left wrist. Exhale, right knee up into your left armpit. Big push, really squeeze your front body to your back body. And then three-legged dog, inhale your right leg to the sky. With your out breath, place your right foot forward. Strong through your legs. Twist your right hand to the ceiling. As you've been doing, exalted crescent, maintain the twist. Take a big breath in to swim your left hand to the sky. We exhale to our prayer twist, left elbow to outer right thigh. And then here's another big transition. I think buoyant booty, look to the earth out in front of you. Lean into your right foot a lot. We're going to meet in a prayer twisted chair. If you'd like to, can you airplane your left leg up into the sky first? And then strong center step your left foot forward. Inhaling to chair. Lengthen as you unravel through center. Exhale, airplane arms. Begin to lean to your left and flamingo your right foot up and in. Maybe rise tall with our in-breath, one-legged mountain. Exhale, figure four, flex and sit into your one-legged chair. Take a slow inhale and a slower exhale. So you find that focal point, get your gaze. Concentrate your eyes on that single point. If you'd like to find the hand to foot variation, your left peace fingers are going to grab your right big toe. When you're ready, let your inhale guide you up, rise and rotate to your right. Maybe reach your right leg any amount long, right hand reaching back. Right leg doesn't need to be straight. Grow tall through your center as you inhale. Maybe twist a little deeper if that's available. Maybe look back to your right thumb as you exhale if you're feeling adventurous. From here, we go to airplane or warrior three. So as you swim your right leg back, you can send both your arms beside you, or you can reach both your arms in front of you for that moment. And then step into your high crescent lunge. Little switch up here. We're going to open through a warrior two. And then as you find your star pose, lengthen your legs, turn all 10 toes to the long edge of your yoga mat. Bend into your right knee for a little side lunge moment. So hands can come to the earth or stay at heart. Side lunge or sink it to your skandasana. A little release here before we take second side. From your lateral lunge or your skandasana, boost your booty up to a wide-legged forward fold. Take your torso a little left to right, releasing along the spine. We've done a lot of twisting. I want you to rotate to the top of your yoga mat, low lunge. We'll find our way through second side, and then we're on the earth. Three-legged dog, big breath to lift your left leg tall. On your exhale, bend your knee and open your hip. Maybe look underneath your left armpit for your torso kind of twist open for a second. Three-legged dog, square off, left leg extends. As you are ready, take your left knee towards your right tricep underneath your body. Hold or inhale, left knee, right wrist. Exhale, left knee up into your right armpit. And then three-legged dog, lift your left leg to the sky. Step your left foot forward to the front, making sure feet are hips distance. Twist your left hand to the sky. Inhale to your exalted crescent, rise tall. Exhale, prayer twist, sweep across. Again, push down through your feet. Think buoyancy through your booty. Create distance between your chest and left thigh. Look out in front of you. Lean way forward into your left foot. And pushing through left foot, maybe airplane your right leg on your way to your prayer twisted chair. Use your strong core to step your right foot forward, supporting your low back in transition. Inhale, Utkatasana through center. With your exhale, airplane your arms and lean to your right. As you feel ready, flamingo, left heel up and in. Deep breath brings you tall, one-legged mountain, and focusing your gaze to help you find steady. Exhale to your figure four, flex and sit, one-legged chair. Take a breath in, elongate. Take a breath out, find some ease. Option for right peace fingers to grab your left big toe. As your right hand grabs left foot, if you're choosing that option, take a moment. When you're ready, you're going to rise and rotate to your left, your variation. Inhale, lift, and maybe start to lengthen through your left leg as you twist to the left. Can you give yourself one more breath here? You might look back at your left thumb. And then airplane our warrior three, going slow. Unravel, unwind, take a big, big breath in. High crescent lunge, soft descent. And then opening through your warrior two. Right away, just travel through your star pose and bend your left knee for side lunge or skandasana. Take a little moment. Your hands can be at heart. Wings can be spread or hands can be on the earth. And then as you're ready to dive into your wide-legged forward fold, boosting your pelvis up, dive your chest forward. Take a little sway of your torso left to right. Your spine was a pendulum between one leg and the other, swaying from side to side. Eventually, we're going to turn to face the front of the room. Low lunge. And then we're going to head into a half pigeon. So we're going to take our right side, then we'll take our left side. Scooching your right foot across your yoga mat, half pigeon. Settle your pelvis to the earth. Use your left toes. I like to start with my left toes tucked so I can kind of wiggle my way into my pigeon, and then I untuck my toes. Maybe you stay tall, or maybe you take a breath in and then follow your exhale to fold forward any amount. So here for about 2 cycles of breath. The transition, we're going to rise up through a seat. So rising up tall, lean over to your right glute. Bring your left leg forward and send your right leg back. Just a little switch. Take a moment to adjust into your half pigeon second side. And again, maybe you stay upright since we're not here for a very long time. You can always just stay here, be here with the body, or soften forward for a moment. So you find your depth offering space between shoulders and ears, let your upper body melt a little bit, and take those 2 rounds of breath. And begin to find your way up and out. Lean to your left seat so you can sweep your right leg forward. Reaching both legs out in front of you, scooch forward enough so you have room to lay backwards. With your legs set long, maybe a little micro bend in the knees. Inhale, tall. Just for your exhale, take a little dive forward. And then as you breathe in, rise up. And as you breathe out from the strength of your center, tuck and roll slowly all the way down to the back of your body. And once you arrive, maybe a full body stretch. And circle with your ankles and your wrists. And then gather both your knees to your chest. Take a little sway from left to right. Start to find any version of happy baby. So maybe starting with your hands catching the fronts of your knees. Let your knees move wide and forward. As your knees move forward, notice how that lengthens your arms and can kind of draw your shoulders out of your ears for a little stretch through your neck. Slightly externally rotating your upper arm bones to broaden your collarbones across your chest. If you prefer, you can always reach up to your ankles or your feet instead, so just finding the variation feels best for you. And then keeping your knees bent, place your feet down to the earth a little wider than hips distance. And slowly windshield wiper your knees from side to side. After a few windshield wipers, the last shape that we'll take before we find our way into Shavasana will be an inversion of your choosing. So you could go into a bridge, or you can send your legs up to the sky, right? If you'd like to go into your plow or shoulder stand, using your triceps, the backs of your arms on the earth, a little bit of core engagement and momentum, go ahead and boost your hips up. Maybe toes go overhead for plow. If you like to go to shoulder stand, you can then kind of walk your hands up your body a little bit before you lift your legs to the sky. Whether you're in a plow or a shoulder stand, lakes of the sky, bridge, something else, a shape of your choosing. So 2 to 3 breaths. So when you're ready to release, like I said, we're going to be heading to Shavasana. So take your time, find a slow, controlled descent as you soften out of your inversion towards your final relaxation, towards your final resting pose. Take a moment to take up space. Maybe walk your arms and legs a little bit wider. Adjust your shoulder blades behind your heart a little bit more to open the front of your heart space. As you close down your eyes, coming back to that focused awareness of the moment at hand, concentrating your energy and your intention, the here and now, your body, breath, and heartbeat. Having everything outside of this moment fade into the background. As you sink and settle, as you soften and open, just leaning back in your awareness to the seat of the mindful observer, of witnessing awareness. Just to notice what you notice here and now. Bringing your awareness back to your breath. This practice of redirecting our focus, coming back to that focal point time and time again. Each time that we feel ourselves wander or our awareness become distracted, redirecting focus towards the breath as we redirect our energy and our intention towards the path that we desire to go. Maybe bringing one or both hands to your heart, closing your practice as we honor our bodies, our breath, and this time that we shared. Just take one more deep in breath through your nose. Let your lungs fill to the top. And then as you're ready, open mouth, exhale to release. May yoga provide us a path to compassion. May our practices always serve as our individual teachers and guides, leading us to live with greater authenticity and love more deeply each and every day. And thanks for showing up and taking this time. And namaste.